The glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the shards of glass and slowly climb through the window. I do not want the glass shards embedded in my sides. I reach for the heater until the glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the shards of glass and slowly climb through the window, as I do not want the glass shards embedded in my sides. I reach to the heater until. Okay, it says unit. The glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the shards of glass and slowly climb through the window, as I do not want the glass shards embedded in my sides. I reached for the heater unit until. I read it correctly. The glass shards shatter everywhere. The glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the shards of glass and slowly climb through the window, and I do not. The glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the glass. The glass shatters everywhere. The glass shatters everywhere. I dodge the shards of glass and slowly climb through the window, as I do not want glass shards embedded in my sides. I reach for the heater unit just below the window and slowly pull myself into the school. Nobody is in the halls. I run past the school lockers towards the basement door. The school basement doubles as a bomb shelter, as well as the town's underground shelter. This is the place anyone in the town would go if there's a war or some type of national scare. People must be there. At least one. I open the basement door and begin my descension down the stairs. I hear no yelling. Nobody is chatting. I don't even hear breathing. I am at the bottom of the stairs. Again, nothing. All is gone. Not a soul in the basement. Where could they be? I think back to the times with my friends. Even the sad times when we fought. I am remembering my entire life. Why is this happening to me? Wow. Why is this happening to me? Why am I alone? There was no national scare, or anyone would be here. What happened? Well, it took you out of the realism of this. What happened? Where? New voice. What happened? Where did it? Let me learn to read for a second. What happened? Why did everyone just up and leave? I started recalling horror movies in my head. Aliens, vampires, Dracula, Frankenstein, lagoon monsters. Wait! Vampires or zombies? These can't walk around in the night? In the day? Fuck. Well, zombies can, but vampires can only be out during the night. But vampires are fictional. So are zombies. Am I to believe my entire family in the entire United States are vampires? How could vampires spread so fast and bite more than 6 billion people? But what about the parts of the... New voice. How could vampires spread so fast and bite more than 6 billion people? But what about the parts of the world? What about other parts of the world? Every channel on my TV was static, and I have satellite TV. This was written in the early 2000s. If the answer to my isolation is that everyone has become vampires, how can they infect everybody in the world and miss me? That's ridiculous, preposterous. Why would I be spared? Really, why? Come on. I'm beatable. I'm biteable. Really, I'm not even reading that. I fucked it up. Why would I be spared? Why would I be spared? Maybe I'm protected. Maybe I was the 10 billionth birth and I was selected to be human. To be the human. New voice. Maybe I'm protected. Maybe I was the 10 billionth birth and I was selected. No wonder people don't like reading this. Maybe I'm protected. Maybe I was the 10 billionth birth and I was selected to be the human to save the humanity. Humanity. Yeah, that makes sense. Very logical. Or maybe I had saved some priest's life and he put a spell on me to ward off evil. Evil? Can't really fall to English class for bad reading. That's just me. Anyway, this isn't right. I'm the only man alive. What about the president? Wouldn't he be at Air Force One or something? But if nobody knew of the threat, he wouldn't have known to hide. Plus, vampires aren't something that we always hear about. Perhaps all the attacks happened and people just believed the victims were ill and thus the reason for not showing up at work. But how? I've seen several vampire flicks. Mass attacks would be suicide for the entire race. Even if they did mass attack, how could they reach the entire world in just one night? Could it have been Dracula, the most powerful vampire of all? The vampires had wings. They could fly. But a flight from continent to continent would weaken them and they would soon need to feed.
I suppose vampires could feed on fish or whales or even birds, but why? Vampires, even though not real, do not feed to increase in number. They feed because they are hungry. The entire world would have been redundant, leaving no food for them to live by. This is crazy. I have become overwhelmed with madness. Vampires do not exist. The only way to set my mind to rest and prove that my belief that vampires do not exist is for me to go to the cemetery. It is daylight now. If I were to stumble across a vampire in a tomb, it would not be able to follow me into the sunlight. It would burn in the light. I begin my ascent up the basement stairs. I still hear silence. Being careful not to cut myself, I slowly climb out the window. And that was a terrible reading by me. Let's hope the next one's better. I can't speak.